A few years ago, I was riding a low powered e bike and got hit by a car. It was a beautiful, sunny, warm Saturday afternoon. There was almost no traffic. I was just casually cruising at 15, 20 miles per hour in a clean new bike lane when suddenly a silver sedan comes up speeding on my left, cuts me off to make a quick right turn, and basically just wipes out my front wheel. Thankfully, I always wear my helmet and walk away with some scrapes and bruises. But what I realized is that shiny new bike lane gave me a very false sense of safety. The next few days after getting back up on the bike and nervously riding past the same scene, I kept thinking, if my e bike was able to move at the same speed as that car, would that driver still be able to cut me off? This whole thing bothered me for a while. I just couldn't understand why it felt safer to be going over 40 miles per hour on my motorcycle than it did going 20 miles per hour on a bicycle. A few years later, I finally built this e bike to test that theory. Could it be safer for everyone if electric bikes could maintain the flow of traffic and move at the same speed as cars? The main purpose of this experiment is to find ways to make roads fair and inclusive to everyone, not just motorists. Maybe if we can get everyone to just slow down, then we can create peaceful, safe, and efficient ways to get around. Since we don't have bicycle superhighways or adequately connected bike paths here in the US, cyclists are often forced into dangerous situations. Lots of our bike lanes suddenly just disappear and force us to either take the lane or turn around. Low power e bikes and pedal bikes can't keep up, which creates a speed gap that's dangerous for everyone involved. So, to correct these scenarios, we need to decide, should we all slow down, or should e bikes and LEVs be encouraged to speed up? Being trapped inside the bubble of a car disconnects us from our surroundings and makes it hard to respect other people, especially those moving slowly on bikes and scooters. Reducing our speeds and adding separated bike paths will not only save lives, but will also allow most people to consider other ways to get around. Let's be realistic though. Our addiction to these car bubbles won't just disappear anytime soon, nor will we be able to reduce speed limits overnight. In order to convince legislators to prioritize light electric vehicles, we need critical mass. We need to prove to society that the technology is ready and that there are more efficient, less dangerous vehicles that are just as convenient and cause significantly less damage than cars do. One popular infrastructure idea is to create barriers that physically separate slower, more efficient vehicles in order to protect both pedestrians and motorists. These protected paths should have two lanes in both directions, one for slow speeds and another for safe passing. Also, keep in mind that we don't always need to take lanes away from our precious cars. As Europe has already proven, bicycle superhighways can be designed along rail lines and other available spaces. Since most of our local roads here in central Texas have a 40 mile per hour speed limit, we designed this prototype e-bike to quickly reach 40 miles per hour using a street-legal 750-watt motor programmed to give a boost of 1500 watts when needed. Look, power isn't all about speed, adrenaline, and testosterone. Adequate power is a critical part of making e-bikes useful for transportation. A powerful motor also allows us to tow cargo and climb steep hills. If we're asked to share roads with 800 horsepower street legal Dodge Hellcats or 200 horsepower motorcycles, we're not protecting anyone by blindly restricting electric bicycles to 1 horsepower. E-bike power output can easily be tuned down mid-ride using the pedal assist levels on the display. I mostly use this bike at 750 or 1000 watts with bursts of full power only when needed to safely maintain the flow of traffic or climb a steep hill towing heavy cargo. Most would agree that there's no reason to ride fast in crowded city streets or shared hike and bike trails, even for regular pedal bikes. Obviously, when in a congested city or sharing a crowded bike lane, we can just lower our power level and slow down. If e-bike riders are asked to share the roads, then they should also expect equal rights and responsibilities. We need the Department of Transportation to embrace and encourage high-power LEVs. By creating a simple way to license and register custom electric vehicles, we can set up clear safety regulations and be able to buy cheap insurance. It shouldn't be that difficult since they're basically a more nimble, lightweight version of a moped. This could include turn signals and brake lights, which really should be standard on most road bikes anyway. We also don't need to worry about involving low power recreational e-bikes in this, since they're mostly used for fun, just like regular pedal bikes. You might also be wondering, why not just ride an electric motorcycle? Motorcycles are great, but they're also much heavier than e-bikes, not as efficient, and don't allow for active transport. E-bikes give us the ability to physically contribute to the locomotion while getting multiple health benefits, such as strengthening our muscles, getting cardio, and bolstering our immune system. In this three-part video series, we'll take a look at the real-world speed and range performance of this bike and talk about how it would affect our travel time and energy efficiency while getting us from point A to point B. As we increase e-bike power and speed, we increase energy consumption, but also reduce the amount of time risked being on the road. In the next video of this series, we'll do a quick walk-around update about the bike's specs, then dive into speed and range tests during the other videos. If you'd like to start with the basic e-bike math, check out our video on how to calculate realistic range expectations. Another goal of this project is to design a process that anyone can follow to build a fully customized LEV at home using basic power tools without a welder or a complicated jig. After this series, we'll be sharing more videos on the concept, design, build, and cost of this frame, so make sure you subscribe if you're interested. We really need your feedback on these theories, so please let us know what you think in the comments below, and as always, please support our channel by clicking the like button. In the meantime, support your local bike infrastructure and urge your urban planners to find ways to get everyone to slow down.